Wall up a dub dub motherfuckers. What is going on, everyone? It is I. Fuck. Everyone's favorite jack of all trades. With the foul mouth. Coming to Urban. Welcome back to another awesome fucking video, guys. I greatly do appreciate it. And before I dive into this bitch, I want to give a big shout out to all of you guys, my viewers, my subscribers, for sticking around watching this shit. The reason why I fucking do it is for all you guys, so yeah, yo. Anyway, this is going to be part 4, that's right, it's going to be fucking part 4 of the build of the Revell 1 to 426 scale model of the legendary U.S. Navy's Pennsylvania class battleship, the USS Arizona, memorial to the tragedy of Pearl Harbor, Pacific Fleet battleship. Anyway, if you guys remember from part 3 of our build, we had dealt with several little pieces of shit. Fuck. Including building the two, biplane float planes, which are wrong for this time period because you can see those are Kingfishers and not biplanes. We built the two MK-19 rangefinders. I showed you how all these pieces will stack up to make the forward superstructure. We built the majority of the fucking funnel, minus the searchlight platform, which we will do later. We built both of the tops for the direction finding equipment that go onto the tripod mast. and finally, we did the two captain/admirals boats right here. Now, if we go back a little bit further, we go back to part 2. Yes, part 2. We were dicking and fucking around with the hull of the ship. Because as you know, these two-piece hull models are absolutely a fucking pain in the ass and a real bitch to put together. And I explained to you the horrors and the nightmare fuel that was putting this fucker together. Now, today, guys, is actually going to be something really enjoyable. The model is starting to come to life. If you guys remember the end of part 3, I showed you I bought some tools and some paint from Hobby Lobby. Well, that fucking paint came in great handy because we've got the hull completely painted. That is right. The hull of the USS Arizona is now 100% completely painted, detailed, and decaled, and it's now ready for the installation of all the upper deck features. And I have to say, looks quite fucking fantastic, honestly. Looks really fucking good. Especially when I zoom in and start scoping in on some of this other shit. So, yeah, looks fucking good. Now you guys are probably wondering, why is she so fucking light? Because most people, when they think of the Arizona, she was much painted, much darker color, such as my 1 to 200 scale model will be. And yes, I will do a fucking unboxing of her. I've already did a promo video for it. So, and there's another old Revell kit, the PT-109, commanded by President Kennedy. So anyway, back to Arizona. If you guys remember my fucking introduction to the build, I actually did talk about this already. Because there's this picture of Arizona as she sits at the Puget Sound Naval Shipyard on the 18th of January of 1941, which is, this is actually is the last known close-up photograph of the ship before the attack of December the 7th. That's crazy. The last known fucking picture of her taken at close range. That's fucking stupid for one thing. But, it is what it is. And as you can see, the color on her is what is classified as the pre-war Navy's light gray. And I also was able to figure out, you see your boot stripe and, your red and all this other shit and what have you. So, set this down here. We'll set the model here. Now, for this light gray color that you fucking see here, I actually, when I was in Hobby Lobby, I was looking around different grays. And this gray, I saw it. It's made by Vallejo. And by the way, Vallejo, they're about $4 a bottle. They used to be about $5.50, $6 a bottle. So paints went down a little bit. So hell yeah with that shit. Anyway, it's called Sky Gray. And it's number 70.989. And when I saw this and looked at it, I was like, that is perfect. So that is the color I'm using for the hull and for the rest of the upper structure of the ship, because like I showed you in that fucking picture, she was all light gray. So that is what I used for that. The black is once again Vallejo. It's another fucking color. It is, this time it's just plain basic black, and that's what I use for the boot top. And it is number 70.950. And it's actually pretty good. It only went on like 1 or 2 coats it took to paint that shit versus 2 or 3 for the gray. And then finally the last color I use is the Vallejos. That I have 4, but anyway, is this muddy red one. And it's also made by Vallejo Model Colors. As you can see. Now, yeah. Anyway, it is called, well, right there, Hull Red. This is Hull Red. This is for ships. And it's number 70.985. So these 3 colors here, the Sky Gray, the black, and the Hull Red, were the 3 primary fucking colors on this ship. Now, there are some other colors on the ship, and I will swing the accent around so we can see here. Now, you can see the propellers are on, and I'll explain more about that here in a little bit. But first, the color I used on those propellers is Testers, and it is a flat bronze. This is a flat bronze, which I did some research. Ships' propellers are made of bronze, so I found this flat bronze, and it's about $269, which is funny because if we come up here, you can see molded along the railings here and there are fucking life rings. Well, I used Testers Gloss Orange, which when I bought this chart years ago, it was only $1.59. See if I can get zoomed in. Yeah, see, $1.59 versus $2.69. It went up by $1.10. Crazy, ain't it? And then finally, for the propeller shafts, a lot of people just leave them the hull color, but I always imagined the fucking propeller shaft being metal colored. So I just used Testers straight up fucking silver. And I had this old jar, which I've been using this jar of silver for quite a few years. And I still got a lot left in it. So I used it, so there we go. Now, looking over the colors and shit overall, it looks quite nice. And then there's a few other things I did with the hull. Okay, like I said, we went ahead and got the propellers painted them in the flat bronze. Looks good. And there are parts 75. There are 2 of them. They go on. It would be the port side, and the 2 over here, part 72. They are for the starboard side. All right. Now later on, as we progress, it is on the last step, but there are 2 pieces here, part 68, which are the boat booms that are near the stern. I got those painted also in sky gray and shit, and got those bastards fucking glued on as well. Now, as you can see, there they are. They don't really make much of an effort, but they are there. Just the fucking same. As you can see, I also did the draft markings on the bow and the draft markings that were on the stern, which I looked them up in the book. The markings that you see like that and also like that are actually correct. One thing that kind of threw me off, and it shows you doing it, it tells you to take a decal that says Arizona's name and to wrap it around the backside of the ship. Now that is absolutely fucking wrong, and I did not do that. And I will explain why. Because that method of putting a name on a ship is actually let me find the fucking picture here. I know I had it, so let me find it. Here we go. The way they explain that picture being like that with the name wrapped around the stern, that was on the newer battleships, like the spoon-shaped stern battleship, like the Iowa class. Yes, their names were like that, but on older battleships, the name was made on there twice, such as on my model here. As you can see here, it says Arizona, and you flip it over, and it also says Arizona. Well, because that's the way it was in real life. Here's a picture of the Arizona's ass end in fucking dry dock, and look right here, Arizona, Arizona. See, it did not wrap across the stern where it said Arizona. It was on there fucking twice. So see, that's what happens when you pay attention to fucking details. You don't screw shit up like the fucking instructions tell you to do it. That's why you don't follow the instructions to a lot of models. You do your own fucking research first, and then you build the model. Because then see, now there is that, if I can get to zoom in. I don't know if it will or not. Anyway, it says Arizona, Arizona, and that there says Arizona, Arizona. So, after doing all my research and all the paint and shit, all the painting and work, this is what we have. A completely detailed and painted hull that is now ready for the rest of the ship. So there you have it, guys. That is part 4 of the build of the Revell 1 to 426 scale model of the USS Arizona. I hope you guys enjoyed this fucking video. If you guys have any questions or comments about the shit that I do, leave a comment down below, and I'd love to get back with you. I love communicating with you guys. And if you're new to the channel like the shit I fucking do, hit that damn subscribe button, hit that fucking notification bell. Never miss another video from yours truly or again. And let's get to 1,000 fucking subscribers this year, guys. It'd be awesome. Even better, let's do 2,000 fucking subs. That'd be amazing. So, yeah. And until next time, this is the Jack of all trades with the Foul-Mouthed Commodore Urban, saying out smooth seas and clear skies. Happy sailing with you. God bless you all. Take care, stay safe, be yourselves. Jesus and the good Lord love y'all very much. And I'll catch you on a warm trade wind where hell anyone knows. Let's go, Brandon. Fuck Joe Biden and Trump 2024, baby. Yeah.